Hi everyone! Judging by the number of you who asked me to remake Ginger Breadhouse's bed, I guess that was the bed that you hated the most, and so I decided to remake it. I'm really glad I did because I think it turned out really sweet and yummy and cute, and also I think Melody Piper is coming out very soon, so I wanted to make sure I got their room kind of ready for them. Before I show you what I did, let me show you Ginger's old bed. So some of you may remember the video called How I Screwed Up the Bed for My Ginger Breadhouse Doll. And this is when I was first kind of starting out making beds, and the thing I think I messed up on was including the color green because she really doesn't have any green in her. So for this second attempt, I'm going to use 2 smooth foam blocks. And I found, actually my daughter picked out this little cupcake fabric. I don't think it would have been my choice, but since the bed is ultimately for her doll, which is for her, I went with her. This fabric is a remnant I found at Joann. I like this, it reminds me of chocolate with sprinkles on top. I got this ribbon because it's chocolatey brown with pink on the sides. I got this ribbon because it's pink with glitter on it, and of course matches Ginger very nicely. I got these golden cupcake, I guess they're called baking cups. I wouldn't know because I don't bake, but I guess you bake cupcakes in them. I used this felt in Alistair's bed, but I like it for Ginger because it reminds me of something yummy and desserty, maybe caramelly, like a coffee cake top or something. I liked this white felt because it had glitter on it. My little girl chose this iron-on transfer cupcake with sequins on it, perfect for Ginger. Then we found this ribbon, which I thought had cute sprinkles on it. This is a pack of iron-on transfers, all cupcakes, which I also thought would be perfect for Ginger. And these are some crafting buttons. They're called sweet treats for obvious reasons, and I really like these and want to use them in Ginger's bed. So first thing I did was hot glue the cupcake fabric across both of the smooth foam blocks. Next thing I'll do is hot glue the chocolate sprinkly fabric at the bottom. Now that I've done that, I'm going to be adding a little sliver of the chocolate ribbon with the pink icing on the side across the middle because I don't like the way that it's not quite divided. Also, at this point, I can't quite decide which side should be on top and which side should be on the bottom. I think I ultimately decided that the cupcake side should be the side she sleeps on. And that's where I'll add the chocolatey ribbon. Next, I had the idea to add the gold foil baking cups across the bottom of this to kind of make this whole thing look like it might be a giant cupcake. So this is how that turned out. I did painstakingly hot glue these onto both sides of the bed. Took a while. To make her blanket, I wanted to have it seem like it was dripping with icing. So I took a rectangle of the glittery white felt and I just kind of cut a design that looked like it was dripping icing. And the nice thing is that once you cut it apart, you can use that on the top and the bottom of your blanket. And it comes out quite nice. Now I hot glued on the icing, and it's time to now transfer the sequin cupcake onto the blanket. The problem was that if I just put it on by itself, it kind of fades in because the bottom part of it is brown as well on top of a brown blanket. So I cut out the cupcake shape on another piece of white felt, and I'll be transferring it onto that. I'm going to trim this blanket also with some of the ribbon that I got. I think I'll use these two. Some of you like to see every step, so this was step 1. The icing has been hot glued on, and now the ribbon trim has been added on the sides. And finally, the pink trim has been added to the top and bottom. And now I think it's quite cute, almost like Neapolitan ice cream. Time to add on the sequin cupcake. First, I hot glued the white felt on top of the brown chocolatey desserty blanket. Next, I got the idea that I would also iron on these other smaller cupcakes, forming a design around the main cupcake, and then add on some gems, some bling, because Ginger is very sparkly and I want her bed to reflect that. And ta-da! This is how her blanket turned out. I think it's a very yummy blanket. I'd love it for myself, honestly. Next, to make her pillow, I took a rectangle of the chocolatey sprinkle fabric and added ribbon on the top and bottom. And I'll be folding it this way and hot gluing it in the back, like so. Now I've hot glued everything together in the back, and now it's time to stuff this with toilet paper. And also I'm gonna transfer on this cupcake, and I added a little bit of bling at the end, and her pillow is now ready. For her headboard, I took a flap of cardboard off of an Amazon box. I have lots of those since I get lots of dolls off Amazon. And I'll hot glue on this piece of tan felt for her headboard. And I painted 6 of these dowel rods this bright icing blue color, which I like because it's reflected in Ginger's necklace. So here's what I've got for the headboard so far. I've just hot glued the baby blue dowel rods to the cardboard. For her footboard, I had this piece of paper. It's called Coordinations, I believe. Coordinations. Got this from Joann Fabrics. And hot glued onto both sides of this cardboard. Of course, now you can see that the margin of cardboard is showing, and I don't want that to happen. It looks kind of unfinished, so I'll be hot gluing a piece of this pink gingham ribbon onto the edges to prevent that. So this is my footboard thus far, and it is time to hot glue it to the end of the bed, like so. I should tell you that this bed took me 2 nights to make, and at the end of the first night, this is where I had gotten. Here's the headboard with 2 cupcakes from her old bed, the ones that don't clash, and here's the footboard. I added the ice cream cone to the center, and I also added a gold foil baking cup, and I had added a little cupcake in the middle of that, but you can't see it very well. And to finish off the poles, I added the cupcake craft buttons to each one, alternating them between the front and the back. But I did go to bed feeling a little bit dissatisfied, even after I added on the pillow and the blanket. So the next night I went out and bought these Sixlets, which are chocolatey candies in shimmer pink and shimmer blue, because after all, I wanted Ginger's bed to be kind of edible. And that is how her mother lures in Hansel and Gretel anyway in the first place. Then I got these 2 new pieces of fabric that are sheer in pink and yellow. And I also redid the footboard, so I added on 2 more cupcake transfers and the little Sixlets. Then I'm going to make curtains. So I took the yellow fabric and added a pink ribbon to the side, and I took this pink fabric and I'm adding the pink gingham to the sides. And then this is what I did. I hot glued a Sixlet onto either side of the dowel rod, and I hot glued the dowel rods to the 2 poles holding them up. And now that is the finished bed. There are curtains now on both sides. Then to make the bed, like I said, edible, I actually hot glued these Sixlet chocolate candies all over the poles of her bed, and also on the rim of her footboard. And the only thing I worry about now is that my little girl's going to look at this bed and try to eat it, so I'm going to have to warn her not to do that. This is a view of her pillow and her blanket from the top. And I don't know about you guys, but I like this bed much better. Ginger, I think, also likes this bed much better. It's much more suitable for her. It doesn't clash with her, and it's very yummy looking. Now I'd like to know what you all think, and I want to thank you all for watching, as always, and hope you like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much.